glad. I will tell you this. If there's a human breathing that I've ever met that I'm proud that took advantage of me financially, I'm proud it's the one sitting to the right. And Dak.
Check.
Yo, it's JB the Cowboy fan, and yes, sir, I'm back with another one. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I know the latest thing going on about Jerry Jones, and the training camp opening, and they interview him with their press conference and everything. Dak fanboys are already on it, but I'm still on the article that was put out, you know what I'm saying, about Dak Prescott being the most overrated player for the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah. He also was talking shit about what he was saying was in another article that he don't believe that the Dallas Cowboys need more talent. I'm like, well, according to Dak fanboys, he didn't have enough talent. But once again, here is Dak saying things like he also once stated that he didn't need a number one receiver. He also stated that he'll throw to whoever's open. He's also stated that he had agreed with receiver by committee. But yet, all I'm hearing is he didn't have enough weapons. And he needs more. He needs 2 number one wide receivers. He needs 2 CD Lambs. Pretty much. That's what y'all saying. Well, that's what the Dak fanboys been saying. He didn't have enough at wide receiver. They don't even like Brandon Cooks at wide receiver. But I'm just saying, this is what Dak has been saying. He's been saying he don't need a number one. He's cool with receiver by committee. He throws to whoever's open. Now he's saying he has enough talent. Yeah. Yeah. But let's get into the part where, the fans voted that Dak is overrated. Now, I'm going to listen to a little Skip. I know some of y'all Cowboy fans or, Dak fanboys don't like Skip. I really don't care for Skip either, but, he's just reacting to what, what the fans are saying. So, I don't know, if he's reacting to the fans, shouldn't, who's ever going to be hating on Skip on this particular point, they should be going toward the fans because this is a fan reaction. And he's just going off of what the fans are saying. But I want to, who was that? The Athletic, this is the Athletic with John Machota. With John Machota. Yeah, they put up this, that survey. Well, let's get to a little what Skip and Keyshawn was on Undisputed about this, but I'm really like, I'm 100% with the fans, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know if a lot of people really paying attention to this, cause a lot of fans really like, this guy got to step up, and they're starting to see, and I think the fans and Jerry Jones is starting to agree on some of the same things. So, shit, man. I mean, without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into this shit, man. And my thing I do want to get into is Dak saying he got enough talent or whatever, but he got enough talent or they don't need no more weapons or whatever. But he said the same thing though. He said the same thing 2017. And then when we went into 2018, well hell, it was 2017 season going into that season. And he didn't have a number one receiver. Cause they got rid of Dez. And then in 2018, so we were 7-9 and I think it was 7-9 in 2017 or some shit. And then in 2018, we was 3-5 until they got Amari Cooper. But they say Dak been balling, but he was balling in 2016 when he had a decent, more fresh goddamn, I don't know, goddamn tight end name. Goddamn. Whatever, but he had a Dez. But in 2017, that's when Dak was talking that he'd throw to whoever's open. He don't need a number one. He's cool with the receiver by committee. And then when 2018 came, he was 3-5. They had to go get Amari Cooper. So let's just get into this part. I know I said, but this particular topic, man, these two issues right here, bro. But this dude being voted overrated by the fans, and then he gonna come out and say the Cowboys don't need no more talent.
I'm glad. I will tell you this. If there's a human breathing that I've ever met that I'm proud that took advantage of me financially, I'm proud it's the one sitting to the right. And Dak. And Dak.
I have been. And they're all bad ideas, Skip.
How do you know that? How do you know that?
Because they're not exercising those ideas that you keep putting out in the universe.
Just watch. Hang on. It's coming. It's coming.
This year, when they get off to a bad start, 2-4.
Look, if they get off to a bad start, the coach gonna get fired. Mike Zimmer be the head coach. Then we can go from there. But I don't believe that this quarterback and Dak Prescott is to blame for where the Cowboys franchise has been over the last 30 damn years. He's not to blame for that.
I don't give him 30 years, but
It's
the last
always going to be
9.
the quarterback, Key. What do you mean? It's always going to be the quarterback. Like, if
No, it's
they
not.
win, it's going to be because of that.
No, it's not.
Why not?
For some reason, they're gonna figure out a way to exclude him from the conversation if they win. There's some way, because that's the way they think. You gotta understand the way the guy across from me, Skip, that's what he thinks. He thinks Dak Prescott is a nice guy.
No, Keith, that ain't how I go. Because they already give Dak the 32-8 record over the NFC East. So they credit him with that, not a team record. They credit Dak for that 32-8. And then when he do win games, they always give Dak the credit when he wins. But when the Cowboys lose, they blame it on the defense. They blame it on the run game. They blame it on the defense not stopping the run. They blame it on the coaches. Come on, Keith, get it straight.
and I like him, and he's a good community guy and all that, but he's not good in football. That's what he thinks.
I didn't say he's not good in football. He's not good enough. We read those anonymous quotes from NFL executives. Something is missing. I believe that deep down in your heart of hearts, you think something is missing in Dak Prescott, and you love that there's a little tiny something missing because it takes the pressure off you to have to face me if they win. Because the point is, you know what's coming. You know they're going to lose. And I think you knew all last year. It's just the wheels are going to just fly off when you least expect it. That playoff game that they played as a football team, but it started with the quarterback, it was, to me, the single most embarrassing and humiliating playoff. Yeah, against Green Bay. It was the worst playoff game I have ever seen a good team play, where you're a good team, a solid favorite. I forget where they touchdown favorite at home as the 2 seed over the youngest team in the playoffs, the 7 seed.
But a quarterback that they didn't know a lot about.
Okay. And all of a sudden you look up and it's 27-0 in the second quarter. Well, that's just wrong. And that's a fireable offense for the head coach, and he did not get fired. And you can't fire the quarterback, but you can let him play the string out this year and just see what happens. And if let's just say miracles happen and Dak leads them to the Super Bowl this year and a championship, and then he says, hell with all you, I'm out of here. I would be happy with that. I would take that.
Let's say they don't go to the championship, but he wins the MVP. And he plays like an MVP.
And we lose in the divisional round,
and
right?
you lose in the divisional round, and it has nothing to do with him, and he gives you the bird. Now what?
Okay. Good riddance.
Right. Oh, okay.
MVP of the league.
Yeah. Good riddance.
Okay.
Because
he doesn't get it.
Okay, no, it's classic regular season this and regular season that.
Yeah.
I need, when the chips are pushed to the middle of the table, what you got? Are you that guy or not that guy? And CeeDee's mom says, Dak ain't it, because in the end, Dak ain't it. He's a great guy. He's a nice guy. Yep. He's a pretty good quarterback, and he's played pretty well for the Dallas Cowboys for a long time. We're going into, year 8 now. But when it's time, he's not going to be there for you because he was a 4th-round draft.
That doesn't mean anything.
I know, but it's because there's something missing.
Okay. You say that there's something missing.
Something missing.
Yeah, the rest of my teammates.
That's what I'm thinking.
The rest of my teammates have got to come to the party, Skip.
Yeah, it starts with him. It starts with leadership. It starts with, in-game.
Skip said it, and I've been saying it. And I don't, trust me, I think Skip is a fake-ass Cowboy fan. But when you speak in the facts and you speak in the truth, I mean, you don't agree with everything somebody say, but when they speak in factual facts, he is the leader, because I've been saying this. He's the quarterback. He's the leader of the team. When everything's going around him on the team, he is the one supposed to pull them together. What does a leader do? Dak doesn't do that. I'm sorry. He doesn't do it. And I was saying about, because I hear a lot of, you know what I'm saying? And I read some comments on my post, on my video sometime. And in the comments about the 49ers game, I think it was the 2021 game, and they talk about the penalties in that game. But I'm like, half of the penalties was on the offense, half of the penalties was on defense. But I'm gonna say it was 2 to 3 more was on the offense than it was the defense. But my point is, Dak is the leader of the team, but he's supposed to be the damn man and the leader for the offense, because he's the quarterback. You got your middle linebacker, he's the quarterback of the defense. Dak is the quarterback of the offense. So if the offensive line or the receivers or the running back ain't where they're supposed to be, or not doing what they're supposed to be doing, he's supposed to be on their ass. He's supposed to be on their ass, getting them in line. If they causing penalties because they ain't concentrating, he need to be on them. But he don't. See, That's the point about him being the leader of the team. He's supposed to be the leader of the team. He's the quarterback of the team. He's the leader of the team. He's supposed to be the star of the team. Stars are supposed to shine.
With him, if him isn't playing well and doing the things that you expect for a quarterback, whatever that is that we think is missing, somebody else has got to fill that void. They've got to step up to the plate and all of a sudden close the door.
So what's the point though then? What's the point of him being the leader? He's supposed to step up beyond the other players. Because that's why they pay him the money, and that's why he want the money. That's what. Come on, man. Yes, the other players get paid, and they supposed to do their job. But he is supposed to be the one to overcome all of that when they're failing. He's supposed to be the one to check that and get it corrected.
Yeah.
Shut it, slam.
I agree.
Okay? If I know you struggling, I need to pick you up.
Okay.
By doing something on my end. If you throw the ball slightly behind me, I need to figure out how to bam.
Okay.
Go get it.
But I do believe, I've told you this, I got one baller on my team, and he is the yet unpaid receiver, CeeDee Lamb.
Don't make a whole lot of sense to me.
It doesn't make any sense to me because that's the one that's sticking in my craw right now and eating me alive from the inside out. CeeDee Lamb is a football player I trust at the highest level in the biggest moment in the biggest game. But he plays a dependent position where he's not the leader, and you know that position better than anybody knows it because you played it all those years. There's a limit to what you can do at receiver to lift the whole football team because
I can give him something that'll lift him. Okay. He might not want it from me, but I can tell him how to march his ass in there and let him know.
All right. You know what? Maybe you could. Maybe CeeDee's not quite there yet, like growing up yet, where you can say, you know what? It's time for me to take this thing over.
Yeah, he can do that.
Okay.
He has the cachet to be able to go and be the quarterback. Doesn't have to be the leader. Okay, it'd be nice to have him as a leader, but it has to be. It's nice to have him as a leader.
It is the leadership
CeeDee Lamb could walk in there and demand and do whatever, and they'll listen to him if that's his personality.
Yeah, he did say something, but I'm gonna stop that right there because I want to get into the other two articles. And the first one about the actual article, you know what I'm saying? That was brought up from The Athletic. And The Athletic, it's by John Machota. Cowboys fans survey results and your frustrations about current state of franchise. But I want to get to the meat and potatoes of this thing. Shit, I want to get to the meat and potatoes. Hold on. We can go over, because this part about how many games will the Cowboys win this season. And I've already made my videos about that. And I'm saying the first 7 games they're gonna go 2-5, and then I'm saying they're gonna either be 9 or 8 or 10-7, backing their way into the playoffs at 10-7, but 9 and 8. I don't know, no, a lot of you got 13 or more, you got 23 votes, 10 or 12, you got 600. So they think a lot of fans think the Cowboys gonna do basically the same thing they did for the last 3 years. I don't see it. Not with that schedule coming up. Not with that schedule coming up. I don't see that. Nah, bro. Like I said, their first 7 games, they're gonna be 2-5. what I believe. It goes into a lot of different things about how far they might go in the playoffs, shit like that, and one of them's about if only one of these three could still be on the Cowboys 3 years from now, who would you want it to be? You got Dak Prescott, you got 134 votes. Michael Parsons overwhelmingly 524. CeeDee Lamb coming in second with 340. So they're looking at Dak like, this is the fan speaking. But I ain't heard or seen no content creators. None of these Dak fanboys, Cowboy creators talk about this. Nah, for straight up. As a matter of fact, this was brought out like I think a day ago, and I was gonna make a video about it, but I got caught up in some shit. But I haven't seen any videos about them talking about this. So, some other stats. But the major thing what I want to talk about and what they were talking about, who is the Cowboys' most overrated player? Dak Prescott. This is the fans. This is the fans. Dak Prescott, 251 votes. Michael Parsons, number 2 at 152. Ezekiel Elliott, 71. Trayvon Diggs, 65. Deron Bland, 33. Hold up. First of all, CeeDee Lamb ain't even on the list. So that's telling you who the fans think the most valuable player on this team is and who should be signed first. But it's crazy that Dak Prescott is voted almost over 100. He's the most overrated player on the team. Ezekiel Elliott, I don't even really think they're uplifting Ezekiel Elliott like they did his rookie year, his second year, third year. I don't think they uplifted him like that, so I don't understand why he's kind of like on that list like that. But I see how they just picking it. But Diggs and Bland, I mean, them two of the guys on the defense that had this defense the last 2-3 years, between the 2-3 years, leading the leagues in turnovers. Another surprising result here, as Prescott received almost 100 votes more than any other player, rounding out the top 10 were Terrence Steele at 32 votes, CeeDee Lamb at 20 votes, but he way down there. DeMarcus Lawrence 16, Brandon Cooks 14, Mozzie Smith at 12. I guess they giving him some type of credence because his rookie year was kind of, it was kind of weak, but I still think he can do something. Dak Prescott, the most overrated player on the team. He's trying to get $60 million. Yeah. This was John Machota. This is his article. But the athletic for the Cowboys, they yeah. That's what the fans say. Yeah. Come on, man. 3 years from now, they don't even want Dak on the Cowboys. Actually, to me, this is gonna be his last year. He gonna have to go deep, bro, in the playoffs. I don't even see him being here after this year. So yeah, I kind of that's about right with that. Yeah. The offseason grade, I actually gave them a grade of, I think I gave them a C+. Somewhere around there, I gave them a C+ or a B- or something I gave them. But yeah, they middle of the road of what they did in the offseason. I don't know what y'all expected from Jerry Jones and them anyway. Yeah, I don't know why y'all talking about they going all in. They all in really was this year when they got Brandon Cooks and Gilmore. Dak had the weapons. They went all in. Yeah, they spent more money on offense for Dak the last fucking 4 seasons than they did the defense. Then they get mad at the defense, but y'all say they didn't invest in Dak, but more, check it, look it up. More of the money went to the offense than it did the defense. Yeah. Will the Cowboys reach the Super Bowl in the next 5 years? God damn. 78% say no. I'm going to think that's going to be a mix with the ownership. And if they still got Dak there. I think, though, with the ownership, because I know we give Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones a hard time, but man, we got to admit, man, Dak had they put some talent around him, bro. They put talent around Dak for the last, I want to say since 2020. He got hurt in 2020, but they had the talent around him before he got hurt. From 2020 to this day, 2023, that's 4 years. He had talent. He had talent. I don't care what you're talking about. He had talent. He's the most overrated. He is. He is. Dak is a stat pattern. Boy, he'll pass some stats, bro. Oh yeah, he'll pass those stats against them under 500 teams. Oh yeah. And that's why y'all gave him the credit for going 32-8 versus the NFC East. He's 32-8 versus the NFC East. When has the NFC East really been really good through his tenure? Only team he really battled with in the NFC East was the Eagles. He owned Washington and the Giants. He owned Philly too, but he had a hard time. He had more of a hard time versus Philly than he did versus Washington and the Giants. Yeah. But let's get on to this other article. This by Sports Illustrated. Dak Prescott doesn't believe Dallas Cowboys need more talent. What? I understand. Why would he? Why is he thinking like that? But you know why? I know why he's thinking like that. That was his same thinking 2017, 2018. And we see what happened in 2017, 2018. Yeah. He didn't do shit in 2017. And they had to go get Amari Cooper after we was 3-5 midway through the season. Because he couldn't hit who was open. He couldn't hit the open man. Like he said, I'll throw to whoever who's open. That's what Dak said. He agreed to receiver by committee. Said he don't need no number one. Now he's saying he don't need no talent. We don't need that much more talent. But yet, it's still these Dak fanboys and Cowboys content creators saying the reason why we lost is because of the defense. But Dak said we don't need no more talent. We basically got the same defense now. They got rid of Armstrong and some other. They didn't get rid of him, but he left or whatever. And some other key defensive players left. But Dak said right now, as it goes, we in training camp right now. Dak saying we don't need no more talent. Let's check out this article, man, and see what they're talking about. Let's see. Expectations always tend to be higher for the Dallas Cowboys than the average NFL team. This is what Dak's saying. That may be more true now than ever before. Given how the last 3 seasons have gone for the most scrutinized franchise in team sports. Dallas has looked dominant in the regular season. Posted a 12-5 record 3 years in a row. Yeah. We know that. They've gone 1-3 in the postseason. including a humiliating. I'm trying to read this shit too fast. Including a humiliating blowout at the hands of the Green Bay Packers last year. Yeah. We know that. Hold on, this a little sidebar with hold on, let me finish that. Okay, yeah, he made a blowout of the Green Bay Packers last season. While it may seem like they have gone as far as they can, starting quarterback Dak Prescott seems to believe that this team can get over the hump in its current form. So Dak saying they can get over the hump in its current form, even though some of Dak fans saying he need another CD Lamb, he need to run games, the running backs we got ain't good enough. The defense ain't good enough. They can't stop the run. Dak saying he got enough, but y'all saying he need more. What is it? And this is by Todd Archer at ESPN. This is the quote he got from Dak. You don't just win games with just talent. This is Dak. And you don't win games on paper. And talent is really not decided on paper. So I understand what it looks like, what it may look like from the side, understanding that the lack of moves that get done, it creates that. It creates that great conversation. I'm confident in the men we have, honestly. So basically, Dak's saying he good with what we got. So it shouldn't be no excuses. Ain't no excuses for Dak. And y'all better not make none for him. Because he said he confident with what the players they got right now. Yeah, Yeah, that's what he said. That's what Dak said. What they talking about on First Things First?
Danny Parkins was on this show, but then did a longer piece on it. Was still in.
I think I did. Let me see what they talking about.
The Cowboys have 3 contracts up. Their quarterback, their star pass rusher, and their wide receiver. And the point he made that I'll echo, because I think it's a smart one, is recent NFL history tells us only one of those contracts ever doesn't get done, and that's the wide receivers. There's nobody lets a quarterback hit free agency, and nobody trades a guy like Micah Parsons coming off his rookie deal. But a lot of star receivers coming off their rookie deal or wanting to get paid get traded. The Diggs got traded in Minnesota. I know he just got traded again, but I'm talking about years ago in Minnesota. Devontae, Tyreek, A.J. Brown. There's others.
Can I make an argument?
Sure.
Was Minnesota being like, no, JJ's our guy and Kirk, you can roll?
Well, no, they didn't. They didn't know they were getting JJ.
I'm sorry, Justin Jefferson.
No, I understand, but they didn't know that they were getting Justin Jefferson
in the draft.
They didn't know the draft was going to fall that way. No, it was they did not. They knew they were going to get a first-round pick and probably draft a wide receiver, but they needed the Eagles to draft. Was it Rager? Good job.
Yeah, Jalen Rager. They sure did. Excuse me.
Its own way.
Well done, Wild. Jalen Rager, one spot there. So okay. But so no, they knew they were probably going to reset the salary structure at wide receiver. The Chiefs traded Tyreek. The Raiders traded for Devontae. Packers got rid of him. So this is typically not what teams would do. If they have to make a choice, it's like, well, there's a lot of good wide receivers and we don't want to pay top of the market. I think Dallas is doing this because they know CD's awesome. Micah's going to get paid. And I think they are unsure about whether or not they want to pay Dak.
Damn right.
So they know they won't.
Yep. I already covered that. Yep. They gonna pay CD Lamb first. But yeah, this thing about Dak saying that they good. Dak saying they good, y'all. So to you Cowboys content creators, you Dak fans, Dak said they good with the talent they got. So I don't want to hear no excuses when we start out 2-5. Dak said we good at running back. He said we good at linebacker. He said we good at cornerback. We good at safety. We good at offensive line. We good at D tackle. We good at what? Wide receiver. We good at tight end. Dak said we good. He got this. I don't want to hear no excuses. I don't want to hear no excuses because Dak said he got this. Yeah, we're going to see, though. We're going to see. We're going to see. Sure will. Yeah. Yo, this JB the Cowboy fan. I appreciate y'all for listening to me. Yo, first, hold up. Shout out to my subscribers. Shout out to my subscribers. Let's go, Cowboys.
Yeah, check.